Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon, and this is Behind the Enthusiast. Today, behind me, I have my Roxy the Roller 2003 WRX, which has seen better days, obviously. Not a whole lot left in there. So, we are going to be taking apart as much as possible as we sift through this car. It's supposed to have, well, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's in it, but it's supposed to have some key parts in there that I asked for. So basically, I'm going to be verifying that today. I did take a quick look when the car was delivered, but I haven't actually inspected anything. So hopefully this stuff is actually in really nice condition that I can use it. Obviously, I didn't have high expectations for this car because it is in such poor shape. Someone has basically already stripped it, well, quite heavily. There's no drivetrain at all, and the interior, I think, is missing 100%, or maybe there's some door cards in there. But I think we're going to start with the rear. I'm going to open up the trunk, have a look at what is in there, and I did grab some boxes from work to put these items in. So hopefully I have enough boxes to put everything in, and hopefully I find out that there are some surprises as well, because that would obviously make this that much more worthwhile. Didn't invest a lot of money into it, but I still at least want to make my money back, because anything that I am not able to take off of this car, obviously I'm going to have to go and find. I'm going to have to track it down, whether it be at a wrecker's or buy it brand new, and that's going to be, well, pretty costly, or at least that's my assumption. So fingers crossed that the trunk has some goodies in it for us today. So let's head back there. So as you guys can see, I got a few boxes here stacked up, ready to go. So I'm going to move these out of the way, and then we'll get into this not so nice looking trunk. However, there should be some nice things inside of it. All right, guys, so that looks like a lot of junk. Unfortunately, I don't know if those were window trims or not. Pretty sure they are, but they look like they are completely junk. Those are the taillights that I wanted. I've got some calipers there, which hopefully are usable. Those are items that I definitely wanted and needed. I see some plastic clips in there, which aren't major, however, definitely come in handy. And well, as you can see, there's a hole there that was cut out. But overall, I mean, there's rubber, you know, the trim. I don't know if I'll end up needing stuff like that, but probably not a bad idea to hold on to certain things like that just in case I need them. This trunk, however, has definitely seen better days. That is entirely rusted there. And I'm not entirely sure why there's so many holes on the thing as well. So as you guys can see, there's some holes there. One there and one there. Now, if this actually came off of a WRX, which, based on that logo, it should have, this would have had just where the two large pieces of tape are, that's where the WRX wing should have gone on. So I'm a little bit confused as to why we have these holes. And if I push on that enough, you guys can see it makes a circle there. So then it leads me to believe that maybe an STI wing was stuck on this at some point, and that's why they had to drill some holes for the wires for the lighting. But I don't know. A little bit confused by this trunk at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I got a few pieces in here. So this is the radio. And I don't know if this is going to be any good, because this radio is out of a Volvo. That's kind of funny. Volvo. So that is junk. That is complete junk. Some of these items, some of these things, I don't even think they're off of a Subaru. But anyway, so the car obviously has some junk in it and some stuff that I need. And, well, I mean, that's kind of what happens when you buy someone else's, leftovers. You end up with, well, junk, as you guys can see. So I'm going to start pulling out all the important bits, the taillights, the calipers, stuff that I know I need and can use, potentially, and I'm going to put those in some boxes. Alright guys, so I got most of the trunk cleaned out now. Hopefully you guys can see that. Pretty much everything is out. I got it in the biggest box there. Everything junk related is in there. So you can see everything's all taken out. And the rear bumper, I knocked this out with the hammer. That little clip there, because this is rusted on. And got all the bits there. I got a few pieces in there. I'm just kind of working my way around the car right now. I'm probably going to take the trunk off. And the rear bumper, as you guys can see here, that was bolted on. So this should now come off. So I'm going to double check the wiring, because I think there are license plate lights that are tied in there, which I don't want to wreck. I want to keep those just in case I need them down the road. So I'm going to double check the wires in there before I rip this entire bumper off. For those of you guys who have never seen behind the rear bumper of a WRX, there's all this styrofoam in there. And this piece has been broken, so I can't really use it anymore. This is pretty old. And I mean, the rear end is really not too bad. If somebody really wanted to use this to, say, fix up an old car that had been maybe rear-ended or rusted out a little bit too much. The inside here, usually what happens, I'm going to throw this stuff behind me. Usually what happens is the wheel well rusts out. However, this one, to be honest, looks really good. So if I, for some reason, need to repair my own, you guys can kind of see the line there, the outline runs up there. I could actually just sawzall the entire thing out and weld this onto mine if for some reason I need it. So that is a bonus, because you can actually buy these, or you used to be able to buy these, and they're a decent amount of money. So this is actually a very good component for the car, and I'm going to try to finish all this stuff up. I might take off the trunk right now. I don't remember how to take the arms off, but I can definitely take the trunk off because it's just 2 bolts on either side. So I might do that and dive a little bit deeper into the car, the bumper, you know, what's remaining of it right now. I think I'm just going to leave all that stuff alone. However, this is the bumper completely off the car. As you can see, somebody melted it. So if someone wants to fix it, they can do that. But otherwise, this thing is coming along pretty well. Been at it for I don't know how many hours now, but I'm happy with the progress. I did save the license plate lights and the wiring there, so I salvaged that. Gave myself a lot of wiring in case I ended up needing to use it down the road, so I saved that. But unfortunately, my shop vac is buried at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out to actually clean this up properly right now. So I'll see if I can dig it out, but if not, I'll just continue on with another section of the car and see how much further I can get today. And I'm calling it a day. Box of garbage, the trunk, which is now in the trunk lid is now in the trunk. The rear bumper is up on the top of the car right now, just for space. Again, calipers, box of goodies. You see the little blue thing there. That was the second last thing I took off, which is the fuel cap door. Figured I'd save that in case I need one down the road. And this is notorious for breaking. I don't know if you guys are going to see it, but yeah, that piece snaps off. Yeah. But anyway, that is it in this one. I'm quite tired and hungry right now, but again, this is all getting thrown out. I did end up vacuuming the entire thing. I got the shop vac out, thankfully. So this is all vacuumed up. It's nice and clean, so I can actually, you know, look over it thoroughly, just in case I missed some sort of rust spots or whatever. I also did look underneath, and there is still a gas tank in the car, which is nice. I will have to check that out, though, because the opening there for the fuel pump, I believe, was open. So I don't know if anything has gone wrong and something is missing or something went in there. I have no idea, so I'm going to have to inspect that before I actually drop the gas tank out and see if that is even usable down the road. For my Forester that I used to own, the gas tank actually started leaking, so I'm actually concerned about that happening to the WRX down the road as well. So having a spare one is definitely a bonus. And that is, like I said, it for today. In the next video, we will be heading either inside the car further or to the front end, which is already pretty much stripped. So that would be a very brief video, but lots more to come. And I'm feeling pretty good about the progress. Well, guys, what did you think of today's video? I know there's a lot of stuff that has been completed, a lot of stuff stripped off, taken apart, disassembled, and a huge box of garbage as well. But definitely some good things here. I think we're doing all right. I haven't seen anything where I've really been kicking myself for buying this thing yet, which is good. And of course, you know, maybe I can sell some of these components online. I don't know, but they're still pretty rough. So we'll see if I can recoup any money by selling stuff. But I'm definitely looking forward to the next part of this teardown, because whether I'm at the front of the car or heading inside of the car, I think I'm going to find a few more pieces that are going to surprise me. And, well, let's be honest, I think they are inside the car. And So maybe the next video, I think we're just going to dive into the car. Just going to open up the doors, which was kind of difficult right now. I'm a little bit confined, but I think maybe the next video we'll jump right into it, because I want to see what the heck is in this thing, because there are so many random bits in there. When I first got it delivered, I noticed a bumper in there, and I'm pretty sure that is a spare 0405 rear bumper as well. So maybe I'll have 2 rear bumpers, and I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I actually have an 04 WRX on my other channel with my brother, so maybe I'll leave a link down below for you guys to check that build out. That build is very slow, just because I'm not able to work on it. I'm funding it. It's a complicated story. But anyway, if you guys are interested, I'll leave the link down below. So hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button so I know that it's working. Comments, questions, leave them down below. Hopefully you guys are finding this entertaining. Maybe you guys are learning something as well as I'm taking these pieces off. And if you guys have any questions about, you know, stuff being installed or removed or whatever, I mean, I am dismantling this thing. So obviously, if I'm doing something here and you guys want clarification on something, or maybe where some of the wires are routed, anything at all, feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer your questions. And that is it for me in this one. So last but not least, be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on future videos on the channel, especially this build series. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.